Alright, so I am changing out my Shimano SLX cassette today. This one is more than overdue for a change. There's a new one. And I just undid the lock ring here. This is the lock ring tool. And I used a breaker bar because it's just a little bit difficult to get some good leverage on that, along with the chain whip tool. So it came off relatively easy, and we're going to compare the cassettes here in a second. So when I pulled everything out, the freehub body came out with the old cassette, and you can see that there's some wear marks here on the freehub body. I've seen some people say that you can file these down if they present a problem, and it presented a problem when I removed the old cassette, but I'm not concerned about it enough to go ahead and file these down before I reassemble everything. I'm just checking out the bearings. I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to clean it up inside of there. Get some of that old grease out there, re-grease these, and get them back in there. Alright, so there's the freewheel hub. I checked everything to make sure it's all good. The pawls are all there. I re-greased it. I actually didn't grease it too much. I put a little bit of grease on it, and then I also used the Shimano mineral oil, which was recommended by another guy that does some of this work. So it's got some mineral oil on it now, and I'm ready to reinstall it. So what you might have to do is, sometimes you can wiggle it and it'll just slide back in, but mine was a little bit tight, so I ended up pushing the pawls in with the small screwdriver, one at a time, and wiggled it at the same time. And eventually, after you go all the way around and get all three of them kind of halfway in, it'll just go right back in. So I would recommend changing out a chain ring a little bit more frequently than I have. These rings are in really bad shape, as you can see. A lot of them are not only shark toothed, but they're bent. They're not even straight. Some of them are pushed in a little bit. Probably because I had a worn chain on there for the longest time, which I just recently replaced. But even that couldn't correct any of the issues that I was experiencing here. Some of these are really bad. The higher gears aren't too bad because I'm usually not in them, but it's still looking pretty bad. And I'm talking, this bike's got probably about 2,300 miles on it, on that original SLX cassette, and kind of nice that looks. So yeah, probably change it out a little bit more frequently than I have. Reinstalling the cassette is actually pretty straightforward. It only goes on one way because of the striations in the hub body. And then you use the old cassette tool and lock the lock ring in place, and should be back in business.